Hey, welcome back to All About the Geek. And as always, I am Jason Isaac, your Tyrant Director. And today we are going to be talking about Steam libraries. A couple days ago, 3 days ago, on Floatplane, Linus from Linus Media Group, Linus Tech Tips, Linus Sebastian, that Linus, uh, did a sponsored spot from MSI where he looked at and tried to play his entire Steam library because, like most people, he's got quite a few games. I think somewhere 85, sub 100 games, which honestly is a little weak sauce. Love you, Linus, love the content. And if you're not watching them on Floatplane, it's kind of disappointing for, well, everybody. At any rate, I had, when I first started the channel here back in January, thought, you know what, that would be a great concept, mostly for streaming, would be to take the time to spend going through and play an hour or two on each of my Steam games. Now, let's take a look at that because it's, well, frankly, if I spent 2 hours once a week going through my Steam library, it would take me 5 years to go through it all. I've got 263 games on my Steam library. Let's just take a quick look over here. All right, so now if you look over in the top corner here, we can see I've got 263 games. Of them, 140 of them, I don't know what this 140 of 263 is all about, but I've got quite a few games here. And rather than scroll through them all there, let's just scroll through what's kicking around in the more graphically friendly looking piece, hey? So I've got a lot of games and of a variety of types, and I've played less than half of them, let's be clear. Some of them, like Arkham Knight, I've got like 9 minutes in. Arkham Origins, I think I've got something akin to, let's show me here, 56 minutes we can see there. Some like Battle Block Theater, which I picked up for playing with my buddies at PAX. We've played 0 hours. We never got any time in there. Borderlands 3, I've got 5 hours. And some I've got lots of time. 133 hours into Battletech. Love that game. If we look over here, Bioshock, I've got 18 hours in it. I got 5 hours in Borderlands 3, but I've got 186 in Divinity Original Sin. Great game. Between the two Skyrim versions, I've got 80 hours. I've got something like 4 hours into Fallout 4, but that doesn't include all the time I played it on my Xbox before I put it onto my Steam library. And that kind of brings me to what I want to talk about. Why do I have multiple copies of some of these games? So for instance, Fallout 4. I have multiple copies of. I also recently acquired, if I scroll back up to the top, where did it go? Dragon Age Inquisition recently became available from EA on Steam, and I grabbed it because I don't play my Xbox anymore, and I love this game. I never finished it, and I probably got, I don't know, probably I got 40 or 50 hours of it on my Xbox, and I'm going to redo it all here. Probably do some streaming with it because it's a great game, and even now, 4 years on from when it was first made, still looks great. And there's potential for some mod access to improve some of the textures and whatnot. They're not really available. But today is June 21st. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and to my dad in particular. Not that he watches my videos. But 4 days from now, according to several sources, including Serious Gaming and Video Games 24/7, on Thursday, June 25th, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time, as it always does, we're getting the Steam Summer Sale. This is an exciting time for those of us who can't seem to keep our wallet in our pants when it comes to video game deals. Now, I don't feel bad about the fact that I've got some 200 odd games in my Steam library and that I've probably played about 80 of them, and most of them haven't gotten the love that something like XCOM has. So if we come down here, XCOM 2, where I've got 461 hours in it and 160 hours almost in its predecessor. But that's okay. The point is, with something like this, is you've got a game for any occasion. There's always something to play. You shouldn't have anything to run out of, especially right now during the pandemic. So now's a great time to play through this, or if you're like me, to just tack on another 20 hours onto Civ 6, which is part of the reason why there's been no videos. There's all sorts of other stuff. I've got a air cooler arriving hopefully sometime today, which that'll be a video in of itself. Next weekend I'll be replacing the liquid cooler in my computer with an air cooler. So it's a bit of a rambly video. Long way of saying, you know what, there's a lot of games here. If you've, while I've scrolled through here somewhat a little bit faster than I might have intended, I'm not planning on going through every one of these games. See something, you say, hey, Jason, I'd love to see you stream that, or love to see some content around one of these games. Fire a link in the comments below, not the content below. If you want some content, tell me in the comments. And I can either do some streaming of it, or create a little video around gameplay or how I like to play some of these games, because there's lots of different things. The goal of a game isn't necessarily to beat it, but to be entertained. And if you want to jump around and play some Assassin's Creed in Egypt and then play some in Greece, why not? You know, if you want to portray the Dark Knight in Arkham, awesome. And you can do all that. And the lovely part is that most of these, probably most of what I've got in my library, is going to be going on sale on Thursday. So what's going to happen is Thursday at noon here on my YouTube channel, I'm going to do a quick stream where I go over what I consider to be some of the best deals on the games that are out there. I do tend to lean towards some of the AAA titles, or former AAA titles, as I often am grabbing them a little bit late. But we'll just take a look and see what's going on. So I hope that you'll have a chance to join me on your lunch break on Thursday. So around noon Pacific time, I'll be streaming what's going up for sale on Steam. Until next time, remember that I stream Sunday nights. I haven't been for a while because of the CPU cooler issue, but I will be streaming tonight and future Sundays, starting around 7:30. Probably Sundays I will keep restricted to World of Tanks for the time being, and look at doing something else midweek once in a while, since that seems to be what people enjoy watching you play. Until next time, this is Jason, your Tyrant Director, reminding you to work your wonk, wash your hands, and by all means, please keep it geeky.